joined now by special guest Chasity Melvin. Chastity is a part of the NBA Assistant Coaches Program. She's been here at the PIT for 2 years, networking, coaching them up, former WNBA player, current aspiring coach. Chasity, talk a little bit about your experience here at the PIT.
Well, my first year last year was just a great experience because I was able to catch all the sleepers, from the college season with the seniors. Sometimes they're ignored with the one and dones, and also just seeing all the GMs and scouts here and participating in the program, learning about scouting and sports code and all the tech stuff. So it was a great learning experience for me.
Most definitely. It's such a tremendous event where you do get an opportunity to see some of the premier seniors in the country, get your hands on some of the players, coach them up a little bit, but more importantly, it's an opportunity to be visible and network a little bit. What's your experience been like so far dealing with some NBA executives?
It's just been great conversation. I mean, I love talking about basketball. I've been talking about basketball all my life. I've been watching it. I grew up watching the NBA with my dad and my brothers. So I grew up a Lakers fan, a Magic fan. So, I mean, for me to see guys like Bob McAdoo and to just be able to talk to them about basketball. And at the end of the day, I've learned coaching with the Greensboro Swarm, basketball is basketball, There's a lot more athleticism here, but basketball is basketball.
Well, certainly you're a basketball lifer, so the transition should be fairly natural from playing to coaching. Is it something that you knew right away as a player, as your career was evolving, that you wanted to get into coaching?
I've always thought about coaching on the professional level. I mean, I played for 14 years overseas in the WNBA, so I played year-round. And so overseas, I got to watch the NBA games still, and I kind of missed out on watching the college games. But they showed the NBA overseas, so I've stayed in love, fell in love with it. But I majored in communications. I wanted to actually be Cheryl Miller for TNT. That was my main goal. And then I got drafted by the ABL, WNBA, and then once I got in the NBA Assistant Coaches Program, I got to coach on the sidelines. I got to coach last year, and it just lit a competitive fire like, oh, I like coaching too. So it was really cool. I felt good, and I felt confident.
Absolutely, and as a WNBA player, you're very familiar with the technical aspects of basketball. It's a great league as far as execution goes. Players are extremely professional. The coaches are at a high level. How does that experience help you when you're coaching the players with the Greensboro Swarm this year in the G League?
Well, I know the trials and tribulations they go through as a professional athlete and the different systems. I think a lot of people don't understand, like, guys are great, women are great in college. The system is for you. Once you make it pro, you're competing with athletes who are just as good as you, and the system might not be for you, so you got to bring out some other skill sets to kind of stay in the pro and have longevity. It's not all about scoring. You got to figure out different systems and have a high basketball IQ. But I also know, like, the trials and tribulations and the pressures that come with that, and all the things that happen on and off the court. So I think that helped me with player development and just the guys forming the trust with the guys.
Absolutely, and that experience is invaluable. Teaching the guys the little things, the communication components, the screening, the angles, setting your man up to come off and create not only for yourself but others. It's just a tremendous experience to witness the evolution from these college players coming out of high school AAU type basketball, getting acclimated to the pro system. And in the pros, it's so many different styles, from European basketball to WNBA basketball to the G League and to ultimately the NBA. What can these guys learn out here that's going to make them successful in their rookie seasons?
I think especially for these guys participating in PIT and just across the board, even if it's AAU, you just have one opportunity. And you got to show a skill set. Like, maybe your shot's off, you can go out there and play defense. I think a lot of the guys that I coach G League, I'm like, okay, show something on the defense end. A steal will get you 2 points and a finish on the opposite end if your shot's not falling. So you got to find other areas, whether it's becoming a great defender, becoming a shot blocker, becoming a coach on the floor, making the extra pass. Like, these NBA scouts and coaches, they look for different things because at the end of the day, it's basketball is still a team sport. There's a James Harden, but you need P.J. Tucker playing defense, taking care of all the dirty work so he can do what he does. So at the end of the day, that's what I try to, tell any athlete that aspires to play pro or play overseas, like, get your scoring down, but also learn the game and learn the insides and outs of different coaching systems.
No doubt, and you never know who's watching. At an event like this, it's very evident that it's heavily scouted and there's people all over the board observing your every move. But sometimes you can get lost in the shuffle playing in the G League, playing overseas. So a workout, a practice, a game. You never know who's watching. You never know who's evaluating. And a poor performance can impact you just as much as a good performance. So the consistency is very important.
I tell the guys all the time, consistently show up and show out. I mean, you got to treat it like you're only remembered for your last game. At the end of the day, some of the guys and girls can retire from their WNBA, NBA careers and professional careers and go out like a D-Wade, but unfortunately, every pro athlete doesn't get to go out that way. So you're only remembered for your last game. So, leave the scouts, NBA, and the fans. The fans come out to support. We got a lot of fans in the building tonight. But like I tell the guys, like, when fans come out to see you play, you got to give energy, play with passion. I don't like when guys aren't playing with passion. And women, like, we're here because of the fans. And so at the end of the day, you got to get out of your own way and put on a show sometimes.
No doubt, and we have an exciting second half of basketball ahead. This whole summer is going to continue from here to the Chicago pre-draft combines, to the NBA draft, but we also have a WNBA season, and I know you're really involved in the W, and you know the players, you know the styles. Who are some of your favorite WNBA players to watch today?
Well, I love Breanna Stewart, and unfortunately she tore Achilles. But Diana Taurasi is my favorite player. I would like to see her go out with a championship. I mean, she's just a killer on both ends of the court, but I love DT as well. Angel McCoughtry's out. She's one of my favorites as well. There's a lot of young talent in the WNBA. I love Coach T-Ball, what he's doing in D.C. Obviously, he drafted a Wolfpack Kiara Leslie, so I got to send a shout out to her. Hope she does well in training camp, makes that roster. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of young talent. And what people don't understand about the WNBA, and I know you do, Tyler, is like there's 12 teams and there's 11-man roster. So at the end of the day, women are getting cut that can really be playing. There aren't any true vets in the league anymore because that talent level from colleges coming in is pushing other players out. So it's a grind in the WNBA. And so I want to just tell all the girls out there that aspire to play, like, if you get cut, if you don't make that training camp, if you don't make that team, don't let it get you down. It's just there's not enough space out there for everybody.
Certainly, and it's a global game. There's opportunities all across the world. And as you evolve, as you grow, the transition from coaching to scouting, you can stay in this business if you have the passion, and if you want to be in it for life, you can do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of leagues around, a lot of semi-pros. So just stay in touch with the game, stay out there, and keep going after your dreams. That's what I'm doing, hustling, going after coaching and commentating. The grind never stops. Basketball never stops.
Well, keep pursuing your dreams, Chasity. We really appreciate you stopping by. Best of luck in your journey.
Thanks for having me, Tyler. Thanks.
We look forward to reconnecting soon.
Thanks, guys.